Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back again with Attack on Titan. It is finally back around the second half of Season 3. I think we're going, by episode, I think we're going episode 13, right? We're not going Season 3, Part 2, Episode 1, because that's way too confusing. I think we're doing episode 13, right? Because it's the second half of the third season. So, we're finally back. Now, what I recall is we are going back to Shiganshina, right? That's where we're at. So we're going back to the basement. They've literally just left. That was like the last scene, right? They're leaving to go there now. So we may get there quicker than we actually think. I think by I saw the fucking thumbnail and the title of the episode itself, so I'm guessing we're going to be there, which is nuts because we've been wanting to fucking get there for ages. I can only imagine what it's like for the people who were watching it like week to week, especially all the way back in season 1, because this has been a long time fucking coming. So yeah. What is really like going through my head right now is the last thing I remember in the credits was the end credits, right? Now I still haven't gone through screenshot by screenshot looking at all the individual things. If you remember or you recall, end of last episode, I just watched it through all the way once, and then whatever I picked up, that's what I took from it. Alright, I didn't go by screenshot. I just decided not to do it that way because I just decided that's the way I was going to do it, so that's the way I did it. If I remember correctly, Eren and Mikasa were up against Levi, and Levi was pissed for some reason because I'm guessing there was something with, like, they went off maybe what their mission was to do something of personal reason and not think of the others, maybe something like that. There was also a burnt body, and I think I nailed down the burnt body to being either Erwin or Armin, because Armin wasn't there and Erwin wasn't there. Now I get that, like, Jean's not there, like fucking Connie's not there, but with those three characters, Levi, Eren, and Mikasa, the two characters that would mean anything to those guys as much would be Armin and Erwin, right? So that's what I narrowed it down to. So yeah, we've still got the Beast Titan and everything like that with Reiner and Berthold. So I'm guessing they wouldn't be far away either. Because I don't think they would have like fucked off by now. Like they would still be around this area somewhat, right? So yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to talk about. I mean, I've got all my notes here and stuff, but I kind of just want to get into this and then give my thoughts on it afterwards. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get in this episode 13, and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Fucking Christ, that fucking escalated quickly. Oh. The Beast Titan can summon mindless titans. But what would they be? Like, what would the... fuck. Because they're mindless titans. They're definitely mindless. So how would he trigger it so that they all came at the same time? Because I don't know. Fuck's sake. This could go one of two ways. Either he has, like, he's had hostages, right? And he's like tied them up, and he's like, I don't know, set them off to like get injured at a specific time or something like that. Or he's able to like de-summon them. I guess it could theoretically like work somehow with that the moon, like the Titan that they saw in the forest outside, right? because it didn't have access to like the moonlight, right, the reflective light or anything like that. So it was basically asleep. That's what they thought, but it could have been dormant, right, and just waiting for that like for, I guess, the Beast Titan to give command, and then they all kind of thingy. The difference is though, the reason why I'm a bit at odds with that as an answer is because that Titan was already there. It wasn't summoned, not like it looked like with the other ones. You can tell by what a Titan looks like when it's summoned because of the fucking like the yellow lightning and the you know, the ball of energy essentially it makes, which was like all of the mindless Titans as well. So it's just another facet of like his, well, I say it's another facet. It was just like the part of his power that we just didn't understand, the Beast Titan's power. Fuck, that's crazy. They used a fake wall. You see, when Armin was thinking about it, and I'm like, right, well, where are they then, right? Because we saw that Bertolt and Reiner were looking through holes, right? But to me, just because of the way the perspective was of like the like after, like, because it was directly after like a scene where Eren comes down, right, to fill up the gate, because when we were looking at the perspective of Eren when he went down, we were outside of the walls, right? So essentially at that point we were completely outside of the walls, right? And then it switched over to that scene, to Bertolt and Reiner looking through like holes, and I was like, all right. And when I compared it with that, and I was like, well, from the perspective, they're not in the walls then, but they were. So I got, you know, I got fucked over by the perspective, but yeah, I mean, that was the only place where they could have been at that point. But then that would, I guess, yeah, assume that they would have to like break down the walls and redo it. But I thought like they did it like they did 100 years ago or whatever when they first built the walls. I never thought that they might fucking just break a hole in it and then make a fake wall. Like, what? I tell you what, when he came out and Levi just fucked him up like right through the neck. What? I was like, he might be dead. He might be dead. Cause he's able to withstand that. That doesn't kill him. So I'm guessing Levi missed? He should have just fucking lopped his head off. He should have just fucking... Because I feel like Levi would have been like... He would have had the skill to be able to pull that off, right? At first, I thought it might be Mikasa, but no, it was fucking Levi. Like, no hesitation at all. Split second, jumped off the wall just to attack them. That was crazy. So yeah, I guess the only thing I can really say, he must have just missed, because if he had cut his like spinal cord, you'd imagine that would be it. He would have been dead. But I guess he just didn't get him. He got him like through the neck. That would suck, wouldn't it? Jesus. I can't get over that fucking Beast Titan like summoning like the mindless Titans. It has to be a summon. It can't not be. Because I don't know why unless like the summon thing, so like the lightning and the ball of energy or whatever, if that is another visual telling of a Titan going from dormant to... Fuck. Because when Erwin was talking about like, he doesn't understand, like, you know, the took out the fire, they would only have 2 minutes to do it. And in that case, it would have been, like, you know, the pans and all of that would have still been warm, right? And like, they were talking about, oh, maybe there's not a spy out there. And I was thinking, could it have been that Titan? And then I was thinking, like, all right, maybe the Beast Titan has, like, a facet of his ability where he's, like, able to... I said telepathically, like, telepathy, right, in the reaction, but... like, it's not like not telepathy, more like the Beast Titan's able to see through its eyes, maybe something like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible that whoever the guy is in the Beast Titan was like, I guess, spying on them. But how would he see them if they couldn't see? I guess. Well, no, because they had fucking lanterns and stuff, right? I mean, you can see that coming. So it must have been. Must have been that then. He would have been out of range, probably not using lights himself, and just saw lights coming. So he probably just I guess that's what it is. But yeah, back to the beginning. So they all had their hoods up and whatnot. I like the fact that they didn't. That like Jean specified that don't say his name, because it's easy to think like, oh yeah, well, visual cue, it's Eren, they can see him. But I never thought about like not saying his actual name, so that pinpoints the location to him. So yeah, that's cool. And Eren like shaking and stuff like that. I didn't see it as him being scared. I saw it as being anxious, because they haven't returned to they haven't been to Shiganshina since that whole thing took place. So you're talking like years and years, like 4 years, I think. So it's been a while, and as much as I thought it was interesting actually to talk with Armin, and Armin saying like, or asking like, have you ever been scared of Titans? And I did have to like sit back and think like, yeah, he hasn't been scared of Titans at all. Like any moment he's sort of come across them or whatever, he is like wanted to go to them and fight them, But that was just due to his immense hatred for them because of what they ended up doing. But I think like even in the initial like in episode 1 when they first got in, he wasn't so much scared because he was there. He didn't want to move. Like, he wouldn't have moved if Hannes hadn't come in and taken him away, So, yeah, it's an interesting sort of discussion to have, I guess, because he's never been scared. So I don't see why he would now. I think it's just he's just anxious. That's what it is from return to his home. I was sure. I was like, I have a feeling what's going to happen is he's not going to be able to pull out this whole thing and fill the actual hole, because his mind is going to be focused on the fact that he's like seeing his house and whatnot, and and he hasn't seen it since back then, and it would you would have flash memories and stuff, and it would you'd basically not be focused enough to do it. But they proved me wrong and they subverted my expectations, and immediately like within just a split second, that was it. He just did it. He did look at it. You know what I mean? He's like, my house is just over there. But then, in the next instant, you know what I mean? Straight over the wall. Great shot. And then immediately, with no hesitation. Liked it. So yeah, Erwin said that they had 100 soldiers. Let's see how many of those are going to be left. This is where I think it ties into the end credits of episode 12. Because I think this is where this takes place. Now, it's got to be after... it's got to be after this battle, right? Because when they were doing it in the end credits, like I guess the battle could have been going on around them, and it was just a thing where it was focused on them, and it was like, you know what I mean? It's something that you see in like movies like every so often. The one that's coming to mind now is like Game of Thrones. If you've seen like the Watchers on the Wall episode, right, where it's a battle for Castle Black and whatever, and spoilers for Game of Thrones, by the way. And a Grit dies, and then Jon Snow's holding that, and it's like it's a solemn kind of thing. You don't hear what's going on in the background because it's just focused on them. So I guess it could have been something like that, but I don't. I feel like it's after the battle. But it doesn't exactly give me answers as to what like that could have been about, though. I mean, if they are fighting, then they're probably going to be getting orders, right, and giving orders. I can't see like a moment where, well, here's the thing, right? Due to the anxious nature of them being back in Shiganshina, right? There's still a moment where Eren could still lose his shit because of where he is, right? If he's at his own house, or he sees his own house in the distance, and he's in the middle of a fight, or whatever the fuck, with Reiner, or whatever shit can get heated, and maybe he does something that is completely against the mission, and he does it for his own selfish purposes or whatever the fuck, and then that causes whatever. But we'll just have to wait and see. Wait a minute. What if... I think I know what it is. The end credits. Levi has the injector thing, doesn't he? Shit. I think it's Armin. The person who's burnt on the roof is Armin. I think that's what it is. Because it's up to Levi to decide who to give it to, right? Oh, no, but that wouldn't work though, because... Nah, that can't work. Because I guess then at that point Armin's dead, right? If he's fucking burnt alive. If he hasn't been given it before then he's fucked. You can't just inject it into a dead body, right? And it comes back. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. You have to be alive while you get it. Alright, so maybe not. Fuck. Damn it, I thought I had it there. Bollocks. No! That's annoying. Fuck. After all this time and I've been like wondering what it could be, and then I'm like, yes, I've got it, and then it doesn't make sense. Fuck. Alright, well, there's that then. Great. The other thing then, I guess, going like back with Armin or whatever, Erwin gives Armin sort of command, and for the soldiers and whatnot to follow Armin, which I like. It shows that Erwin actually has like sees some potential in Armin with his you know, his strategic mind. I mean, I did say before, like, I'm not sure if he's like he's not really a leader, wanting to get like people, you know, like Erwin gets people hyped up for a mission and whatnot, you know, gets them in the right frame of mind and whatever. But I don't think Armin's that kind of person. He's more of like just a strategic guy on the side, you know, making the plans. But I like his sort of you know, like it's on the fly. Like he's just like, you know what, yeah, you do it. I mean, that's risky, especially in this mission. Like this is the most important mission that they've been on, and like he's risking giving command to Armin. But I guess he sees that much in him that he would be able to, you know, to prove himself in it. So yeah, there's that. Christ, that fucking annoys me. I thought I had it and I don't. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to fucking wait and see. I guess I'll think on it and it might come to me, but I doubt it will. But yeah, that is all. So yeah, interesting. I think it's going to really fucking pick up from from next episode. Like we're going to get immediately into it. We had a lot of first half of the season. There was a lot of dialogue and revelation and stuff like that. So I imagine the second half is like chaotic to the max. So yeah, but that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below I have links to certain things. Discord, if you want any information regarding my content, get yourself over there. You can also talk to me on the community on there as well. And I do have a Patreon as well, so if you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. There's the early access tier for $5 a month, gives you access to shows a week early, and you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every single week as well. So if you're interested in that, get yourself over there. Full length, that is the $10 a month, gives you access to my full length library. Everything I actually gets a full length. $15 a month, that is the exclusive tier, so that gives you access to a bonus show I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in watching me react to that, get yourself over there, become an exclusive tier patron. $50, that gives you a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go to the back of the list by about 7 shows. Might take a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. And then if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to be reacted to next, and you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is all, so thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.